What's up, everybody? Dan Kelly here with another Codex review for the Codex Station. Today, I'll be reviewing the 5-issue miniseries Big Game that was published by Image Comics under the Millar World banner between July 2023 and November 2023. It was written by Mark Millar with art by Pepe Larraz, colors by Giovanna Nero, and lettered by Clem Robbins. So the story of this is it's a mini series that ties together pretty much all of the different books that Mark Millar has published in the years since he started the Millar World, and ties them, finds a way to tie them all together. It's technically a direct sequel or a sequel to the first book that he did that started this all off, the miniseries Wanted, but it has heavy influences from a lot of the other series. Now, he's put out a lot of different series and a lot of different genres over the years. And you don't need to have read all of them to get this one, but there are a good portion of them that you'll need to have read so that you understand who the main characters in this are. So the ones that are most important, I think that you will have to have read is Wanted, because like I said, it is billed as a sequel to Wanted, as well as the series Nemesis. The second Nemesis series kind of ended leading into this, so you'll want to have read that. Kick-Ass and the Hit Girl miniseries, The Ambassadors, Chrononauts, Empress, and Secret Service, and the Magic Order. Now, if you've read those, you'll know who all of the main characters and the kind of secondary characters are. Now, he finds a way to tie in just about all the books that he's put out. So if you've read other books like Huck or Superior or some of those, it'll give you a better understanding, a better appreciation of some of the stuff that happens in this. But if you haven't, those characters aren't as prominent in this, so you're not going to lose anything if you haven't read them. But you should go read them anyways, because they're all good series. So this series, it's really cool, because if you're a fan of all the books Mark Millar has put out, then this ties mostly all of them together. It's great seeing how he finds ways for all of these different genres that he's done, that he can fit them in here and kind of have them seamlessly fit in without having them seem forced at all. It's a lot of great action. There's a lot of good twists and turns where it'll lead you to believe something happened, and then an issue or two later, you go, oh, it was really something else. And, it's just a really fun series. And it's full of a lot of the stuff that his other series are full of: great action, interesting characters, good dialogue, really interesting ways to present the stories, good twists and turns along the way. The only real downside is, like I said, you have to have prior knowledge of a lot of his other series. This isn't one where you can just pick up and read it and go, because you're not going to know who the characters are. As writes it expecting that whoever is reading it will have this previous knowledge. But the only real downside that I saw with it is the same downside I see with a lot of his miniseries is, since he's telling a big grand story, but it's in the span of 5 issues and this gigantic characters, there's just no way to really give everything the time that I feel like it needs to. So the story ends up feeling rushed. And I just feel like something like this, 5 issues, it just wasn't enough. 5 standard size comic issues just wasn't enough to really get down into this book, because some stuff will just happen, super fast, and it's on to the next thing. And, you're reading it, kind of thinking like, I want at least a few more pages kind of delving into this scene or what this character is going through or this thing here. And that's kind of how I feel like I said, a lot of his series go, is they're just not long enough. 12 issues would probably be too much, but somewhere, a few more issues, maybe around 10 or so, would have been a good length for this to really let the story breathe, and really delve into everything. But even that's kind of nitpicky because it's a super cool series. It's a lot of fun to read. And like I said, if you are a fan of his other Millar World books, you'll have a great time with this, especially seeing how he ties all of these different genres like sci-fi and spy and superhero and like sword and sorcery type stuff, and just all of these different things, and finds a way to tie them in together. And it's just, just really cool. So overall, I would rate this a 9 out of a 10. The story's great. The artwork by Pepe Larraz is spectacular. The fight scenes are really great. And it's just a whole lot of fun to read. So again, I've been Dan for the Codex Station. Make sure to check us out online at thecodexstation.com. You can meet the team. You can get some cool merch. You can find us on all the different socials that we're on. Make sure you go give us a like, share, subscribe on all of them. And until next time, catch you by the spinner rack.